The abandoned observatory towered over the small, rural town of Havenridge, perched atop the highest hill, its stone walls weathered and covered with creeping ivy. It was an enigma, a relic of another time, cloaked in whispered tales and shadowy legends. Over generations, its original purpose had been forgotten, morphing into stories of strange lights and sounds, of spectral figures seen moving within its dilapidated walls. Havenridge itself was an epitome of tranquility, cocooned within a valley, and surrounded by a dense curtain of woods. The town was a quaint and quiet place, where everyone knew everyone, and time seemed to pass at its own leisurely pace. The townsfolk lived simple lives, their days filled with familiar comforts, and their nights graced by a brilliant tapestry of stars. In this town lived Harold, a man of late 50s with an eccentric charm. Known throughout Havenridge as the town's resident antique collector, Harold lived amidst a treasure trove of relics and curiosities. His collection was filled with phonographs, gramophones, and music boxes, each piece echoing stories of bygone eras. For Harold, this was more than just a hobby. It was a quest to preserve history, to keep alive the echoes of the past. Then there was Elise, a bright young astrophysics student from the local university. Elise was a comet in a starlit sky, her sharp intellect and insatiable curiosity setting her apart from the rest of Havenridge. She had always felt an oddity in the town, her dreams filled with celestial bodies and galaxies far beyond the town's quiet confines. Her current endeavor was a deep dive into the history and astronomical significance of Havenridge's forgotten observatory. Their paths were yet to cross, but as the stars would have it, a strange artifact was about to set them on a collision course, leading them into a mystery that would turn their world upside down. One crisp, sunlit morning, Harold found himself in a bustling flea market in a neighboring town. As he navigated through the labyrinth of stalls, his keen eyes scanned the plethora of items on display, each with a story waiting to be uncovered. His gaze fell upon a beautifully crafted antique phonograph, its mahogany casing adorned with ornate carvings, gleaming under the morning sun. It was an artifact of another era, its craftsmanship hinting at a history rich and intriguing. The vendor, an old man with a weather-beaten face, admitted to knowing little about the phonograph. It had been found amongst other items in the attic of an old house, he explained, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. Harold, sensing the phonograph's potential value, purchased it without a second thought, a new tale waiting to be woven into his collection. Back in Havenridge, the phonograph found its place amidst Harold's prized possessions. As he lovingly cleaned and polished it, he noticed a small inscription etched on its underside, "Property of Havenridge Observatory." The words echoed in his mind, igniting a spark of intrigue. He thought of Elise, the young student who was researching the observatory. Surely she would be interested in this discovery. Elise arrived at Harold's house the next day, skepticism evident in her gaze. As she laid her eyes on the phonograph, however, her skepticism was replaced with fascination. She ran her fingers over the intricate carvings, her mind whirring with possibilities. The observatory had indeed housed a unique phonograph, according to her research, but it was assumed lost after the observatory was abandoned. The connection between the phonograph and the observatory was a puzzle begging to be solved. United by their shared curiosity, they decided to return the phonograph to its original location, to see if the observatory held any clues about its purpose. Why would an astronomical observatory need a phonograph? They carried it up the hill to the imposing, weather-beaten observatory. As they stepped inside the musty, long-abandoned building, a rush of anticipation filled them. They were on the cusp of uncovering something extraordinary. As Harold carefully set up the phonograph in the observatory's grand, dust-filled chamber, Elise wandered around, scrutinizing the old equipment and faded charts that adorned the walls. This place, forgotten by time, was a treasure trove of astronomical history, each item a testament to the countless nights spent observing the cosmos. Once the phonograph was set up, Harold placed the needle on the only record that came with it. The phonograph crackled to life, filling the room with a melody both haunting and beautiful. It was a tune that seemed to resonate with the vastness of the universe itself, a cosmic lullaby that flowed like stardust through the observatory's silent halls. They stood there, mesmerized by the melody, a sense of awe washing over them. The music seemed to echo with an uncanny familiarity, as if it was a part of the very fabric of the universe, a tune woven from the threads of celestial harmony. As the sun set and the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, something strange occurred. A flicker of light, like a shooting star, descended from the heavens and landed in the observatory's courtyard. Harold and Elise rushed to the window, their eyes wide with shock and curiosity. There, bathed in moonlight, stood a creature like nothing they had ever seen before. It was ethereal and radiant, shimmering in hues of twilight, an entity that seemed to have been birthed from the cosmos itself. It raised its face, as if listening to the cosmic lullaby, its eyes reflecting the stars above. The first visitor from another dimension had arrived. As the nights passed and the cosmic lullaby echoed from the observatory, Havenridge transformed. With each passing night, stranger and more eerie visitors arrived, their forms defying explanation and human comprehension. Ethereal beings, shimmering with starlight and carrying the vastness of the cosmos in their eyes, wandered through the town. The visitors were peaceful, their mere presence a silent testament to the mysteries of the universe. Elise, driven by her scientific curiosity and a desire to protect her town, began an intensive study of the tune and its effects. She pored over ancient texts and obscure astrological theories, finding references to celestial music and cosmic harmonies that acted as bridges between dimensions. The cosmic lullaby, she theorized, was one such harmony, a piece of music that transcended space and time, luring these otherworldly entities. Harold, in contrast, became increasingly engrossed with the visitors. He spent night after night at the observatory, watching these beings, attempting to communicate with them. Sketching their forms, recording their movements, he yearned to understand their purpose. His fascination grew into a deep connection. He believed they were here to share knowledge and coexist, and he sought to learn from them. The quiet town of Havenridge had become a nexus of interdimensional convergence. The residents lived in a state of constant wonder and apprehension, unsure of what each night would bring. Some were fascinated like Harold, while others were terrified, looking to Elise for answers. But everyone was united in their awe of the nightly spectacle brought about by the cosmic lullaby. One particularly stormy night, as lightning cut jagged scars across the sky, the cosmic lullaby rang out from the observatory, its haunting melody merging with the tumultuous symphony of the storm. This time, however, the visitor that materialized was not like the others. It was larger, more complex, radiating an energy that caused the lights throughout Havenridge to flicker and die, an unsettling tremor that vibrated through the very bones of the town. The entity's presence was chaotic and threatening. Buildings shuddered, the sky turned an unnatural hue, and an inexplicable fear gripped the town. Harold, who had welcomed each visitor with open arms and insatiable curiosity, felt a dread creeping into his heart. Elise, standing at her window, watching the havoc, felt a sinking realization. The cosmic lullaby was not just a beacon but a portal. It was growing stronger with each play, drawing in entities of increasing power, and if not stopped, it might bring something through that they wouldn't be able to send back. She rushed to the observatory, confronting Harold about shutting off the phonograph. They were meddling with forces they didn't understand, playing a tune with consequences they couldn't foresee. Harold resisted, arguing they could still learn from these entities. They weren't a threat, but a link to the universe of knowledge. The exchange grew heated, their differing views on the situation driving a wedge between them. Just as their argument reached a crescendo, the structure of the observatory trembled violently, the building groaning under the weight of the chaos outside. They rushed to the window, their breath hitching as they witnessed the entity outside. It was growing larger, the energies swirling around it more chaotic. Elise, in a desperate attempt to prevent the situation from escalating further, lunged at the phonograph, aiming to lift the needle from the record. Harold tried to stop her, but the entity outside let out a powerful surge of energy, throwing both of them off their feet. The phonograph, caught in the shockwave, skidded off the table and crashed onto the floor. The Cosmic Lullaby came to a screeching halt, replaced by a deafening silence. Outside, the entity shimmered, its form fluctuating before it started to disintegrate, like stardust being swept away by the cosmic winds. In a matter of moments, it had vanished, leaving no trace of its presence. The sky returned to its normal hue, the tremors ceased, and the town of Havenridge was left in a stunned silence, the aftermath of an interdimensional visitor's departure. Harold and Elise, still recovering from the shock, stared at the silent phonograph, its once gleaming surface now shattered. They had narrowly escaped a disaster, but at the cost of the Cosmic Lullaby, a melody that had introduced them to the wonders of the universe. In the days following the incident, the town of Havenridge returned to its quiet, rural rhythm. The observatory, once again, became a dormant sentinel overlooking the town. The townsfolk returned to their routines, the memories of ethereal visitors slowly fading, becoming whispers of legends passed down over cups of coffee and around campfires. Yet a newfound appreciation for the cosmos lingered, their eyes often drifting to the stars, silently seeking a glimpse of the celestial entities that had graced their town. Harold, amidst the shattered remains of his beloved phonograph, found himself in a state of reflection. He had been so engrossed in the visitors, in the pursuit of knowledge and understanding, that he hadn't considered the potential dangers of their actions. The incident had been a stark reminder of the vast, unpredictable nature of the universe. He continued his passion for collecting antiques, but did so with a renewed sense of respect for their histories and potential mysteries. Elise's research took a new turn. Inspired by the cosmic visitors, she delved deeper into the study of interdimensional physics, her theories gaining attention in the scientific community. Her experience with the Cosmic Lullaby had shown her the immense possibilities that lay beyond their known universe, igniting a spark that drove her to uncover the mysteries of the cosmos. The Cosmic Lullaby, though silent, lived on in their memories. Its haunting melody was a reminder of their brush with the extraordinary, a testament to the boundless mysteries that lay beyond the veil of their reality. It was a tune that had connected them to the cosmos, a melody that spoke of interdimensional bridges and cosmic harmonies. And even though the phonograph was silent, in the heart of every Havenridge resident, the Cosmic Lullaby continued to play, a silent melody echoing in their dreams, forever connecting them to the stars.